Hello everyone, welcome to Monster Mashup, where I grab one person's idea and another person's idea from my social medias, Facebook, Instagram, or here on YouTube, and then I mash them up to create something fun and new. um, just a quick plug-in for this week, because I rarely think about mentioning it. Well, I have a Patreon account. If ever you want to follow me on there, I put high resolution files to all of the sketches that you see every single week that I do on there. So if you want like really nice versions of these drawings, I put everything there. I also would love it if you hit that like or that subscribe, or if you follow me on Instagram, any of that sort of stuff, because the more momentum I have, the more of these I will hopefully get to do. I mean, I do one a week right now, so it's super fun. And everything I do is all to help support my own manga, which I write, illustrate, self-publish. I do everything, and it takes me a long time. I basically come out with one new one a year, but I mean, I put a ton of color into these things, and I do everything, so it takes me a long time. Basically, it's like one issue or chapter a year, like I was saying. It's about 25 pages or so. All right, so let's get to it. For this week's Monster Mashup, we're going to be doing Avatar's Mai and Shantae's Water Lily Siren. Okay, so this one was awesome. I love doing something like this. I mean, first of all, doing a Dryad character. Ooh, yes, please. I haven't played this Shantae game. I actually own it. I just don't have time to play games. I mean, I draw a lot. I mean, like I showed before, I have my manga that I work on, and I work on that thing religiously. I have to. I mean, no one else is going to do it for me, right? So I really am very disciplined, very passionate, very dedicated towards my manga life. That aside, the only thing I do spend time to do is these Monster Mashup sketches. So here we have a sketch. I designed it to actually kind of feel like a tattoo. I had like tattoo vibe going on in my head, like I could picture somebody getting something like that of this drawing. So fusing the two together, basically I'm going to do this water lily style character with all the vines and everything everywhere in the little potted plant. At the end, you can see that in my rough sketch, I actually drew one of her weapons, her blades that she uses, so I could feel like you could really plant that thing, or maybe she could use her vines to lift herself up and throw herself at enemies. I am going to make her incredibly curvy like the water lily plant. I'm going to try and match her clothing up and a lot of the lines to her clothing up with what Maya's got going on, especially with the hair where you have the pieces coming down. I gave her two cute little roses so it feels like the buns in Maya's hair. I gave her a very posh kind of pose and attitude, like maybe she's saying like, I don't bite, or maybe she's like just like I don't know, she's just very self-centered in this kind of picture. And she's not as much as Azula, but you know, considering her demeanor in the TV show, I wanted to try and bring that out a little bit in this drawing. Just a reminder too, like all these drawings that I do, they're all sketches, and they're free too, by the way. So like, yeah, they're all free sketches, and I try not to spend more than an hour on them. So whenever some people are like, oh, you could have added this, or you could have done that, or why not put in some color? Sometimes I do put in color, but that's when things go really quickly. Drawing something that has a lot of details like robots, or even if I'm going to do vines and plants and stuff like that, a lot of times I want to add thorns, or in this case the thorns are going to look like the knives that Maya has. This takes a lot of time, and it's not like when I do like an actual contract illustration or working on my manga where I know what I'm going to be doing. You know, usually I'll do like a rough sketch in like a sketchbook, and then I'll get to work on the more polished sketch and then the illustration afterwards. When it's something like this that I do for my whole Monster Mashup sketches, I don't think like that. I tend to just invent things as I'm going with it. Like I'll do a quick rough sketch, and I try to make like the outline sketch last no more than like 5 to 8 minutes, and then afterwards I do the rest of the sketch. It takes about an hour. If you see clothing designs, looks, the way I put the spikes, even the idea of putting like this little blade at the bottom of her pot there and the little flowers in her hair, this isn't premeditated. I do it right on the fly. I'll see it and be like, oh, that sounds cool, and I'll do it. So that's why I erase certain things here, change things up certain like there. And so it's really a lot more spontaneous And that's the whole point of my monster mashups. So sometimes they look a little more polished, sometimes a little less, but always super fun, and I try to make it as creative as possible. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. This was an awesome sketch as always. I love these two characters, so this was really a lot of fun to do. And I hope you all have an awesome rest of your day. See you next time. Bye!